The Fleishmann's Yeast Hour, presenting a variety entertainment directed by Rudy Vallee.
My time is your time. Your time is my time. Hi-ho, everybody. This is Rudy Vallee and Company. We are honored tonight by the presence on our stage of Leslie Howard
And his daughter, Leslie Ruth Howard, age 10.
a return engagement for both players and play. The first in the history of this program. Mr. Howard and his daughter will be heard again in the Enchanted Forest scene from Dear Brutus by Sir James M. Barrie.
Henry Armetta.
Hollywood comedian whose fine Italian antics have amused you on the screen in pictures far too numerous to mention.
Dr. Sigmund Spaeth.
The Toon Detective who will dissect a current Broadway hit number into its component parts before your very ears with the assistance of Miss Vicky Chase.
Tom Howard and George Shelton.
A rumor has reached my ears that Tom will attempt to sing again tonight. He can consider this fair warning. Tom, don't sing.
The Brown Bomber, Joe Lewis.
Making his first public appearance since his sensational prize ring victory over Primo Carnero on Tuesday night. In our midst, then, are
Joe Lewis, Tom Howard and George Shelton, Sigmund Spaeth, Vicky Chase, Henry Armetta, Leslie Howard, and Leslie Ruth Howard.
Again, an expression of indebtedness and thanks to Bert Ambrose of the Swanky Embassy Club in London for calling to my attention this glorious and most unusual rumba, which to my way of thinking is the most outstanding of present-day rumbas. Maracas. Representing Hollywood this week, Mr. Henry Armetta, the Italian comedian whose broad countenance you have encountered in scores of pictures during the past 2 years. Tonight you will hear him in a sketch that affords plenty of opportunities for his specialty, the comic rage or burn-up. We ask you to suppose that you first meet Mr. Armetta as he is about to enter his home in New York after returning unexpectedly from Hollywood for the first time. He meets his wife, played by Miss D. Loretta, coming out of the house. Enter Henry Armetta.
Why, Henry, where have you been all this time?
Rose, I just arrived. You repeated my telegram?
No, I...
What's the matter? Why are you so excited?
Oh, please go.
Go where? Go where? Well, what's the matter? Why are you so excited? You don't recognize me? Look, Rosa. The same neck where you bite me, you remember?
Yes, I recognize you, Henry.
So you recognize the bite in the neck, huh? Well, then why you get so excited? Why you don't come and kiss me? Why you stand there like an Eskimo pie?
Oh, Henry, where have you been all this time?
In Hollywood, in California.
And all these years, I thought you were dead.
Dead? Huh? Do I look like a big stiff?
Don't make so much noise, please. My new husband might hear you.
You know what?
My new husband, Pietro Piantadosi.
So, that is why you're so glad to see me, huh?
Yes, Pietro is now my husband like you were once upon a time.
Ah, now I am face to the face with the truth. You are just like all the other women. I kiss you goodbye, and quick you look for another man when my face is turned behind my back, huh? When the cat is away, you play Mickey Mouse, huh?
Oh, but Henry, I never heard from you, so I met Pietro in his barber shop. Oh, and he made love so sweet. I married him.
Why, you marry him because he smells so nice, maybe?
Oh.
What you say is baloney. You marry him because he's rich and I was a poor.
Oh, but I waited so long for you to come back before I married him. A long time. Nearly 5 weeks.
5 weeks? You call that a long time?
Yes, I do.
The night I leave for California, I told you I come back soon, huh? Maybe 5 or 6 years. But you think I throw the ball, huh?
Oh, but hear what I say.
What you say is the bunk. When you was a wife to me, was when I once swell the gink, that I spend a lot of money for you.
Yes.
On Sunday, then I take you for joyride in the street of car.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
How many times I take you in the merry-go-round, huh? I buy you ice cream, a soda, popcorn, a peanuts, and hot dog, huh?
Oh.
Huh?
Yes, Henry, yes.
Yes, and what you do to me? You hack my wedding ring, and you let another husband wear my pajamas.
Oh, please, Henry, listen to me. Hear what I say.
No, I close my ears. You think I am a jackass? Don't you come on, what you got to say?
Do me one favor.
Favor?
Yes.
Favor as to what you do to me?
I want you to go away quick before my husband sees you.
What?
Well, if you don't go, you break up my home.
What I care? You broke up my heart, didn't you?
Well, if you won't think of my husband, think of me. And if you won't think of me, think of my kids.
Kid? You got a kid?
Well, yes, I have 4.
Ah! You got a kid, then without my permission?
Oh.
It's all right, Rose. Don't be scared.
No.
Everything is all right.
Oh.
I don't belong here.
No.
I go. I take the air.
Yes.
Stop! Before I go, I want to tell you that when I went to California 6 years ago, I, too, got married again once more.
What? You got married again, too?
What's good for the goose is good for the geese.
Oh, so you are just like all other men, huh?
Well, I should hope so.
So you couldn't wait for me. You had to play that Mickey Mouse game, too, huh?
And please, Rosa, no push, huh?
Oh, that's why you left me flat.
I tell you, please, Rosa, no push, huh?
I know. You've got some star in Hollywood. Some big blonde, I suppose, huh?
Don't push because I don't like it.
Well, I don't care. Go on back to Hollywood. I don't want to see you.
Stop! Hold your control. No get so excited. Why you make so much noise? You want your new husband to hear you?
No.
And what is more, I come to tell you that I got a kid too.
You've got 2 kids?
No, 2 kids, more than 2. 6. 2 twins and 3 quintuplets.
Henry, you say you have 6 children?
That's right.
Well, where is the mama and all the kiddies?
The kids they go to school.
Oh, of course, yes.
The mama, she kicked the bucket. 6 months ago.
Why?
Well, Rosa, the job wasn't too much for her.
Oh, Henry.
Rosa, please. Listen to me just once, please.
What?
Why you not give the gate to this new husband and you come with me to Hollywood, eh? Please, Rosa, not laugh, eh? Not laugh, Rosa.
Listen, Henry, dear, listen. I have a confession to make. I have no husband.
Rosa, I have a confession or two.
Yeah?
I haven't got no wife and no kids.
Henry!
Rosa!
Accepted Wayne King style, when the silvery moon is shining o'er the hills of dear old Maine.
When the silvery moon is shining o'er the hills of dear old Maine, I'm longing so to see the folks at home, sweet home again. Where is my wandering boy tonight? I hear that sweet refrain when the silvery moon is shining o'er the hills of dear old Oh, where is my wandering boy tonight? I hear that sweet refrain when the silvery moon is shining o'er the hills of dear old Maine.
Here is something important that many young people and their parents may not know. During the ages from 13 to 25, young people grow and develop disturbs their whole system, and especially the skin. Now, it is really serious at this age, when the skin breaks out, because it makes young people sensitive and self-conscious, often permanently so. And unless the skin eruptions themselves are gotten rid of promptly, they may leave permanent scars. Yet it is possible to do something about this. For years, physicians have prescribed Fleishmann's yeast, specifically for this adolescent skin trouble. Fleishmann's yeast supplies elements to the body which clear out of the blood the poisons that irritate the skin. It also has a directly helpful effect on the skin tissues and enables the skin to heal itself without leaving scars. Those who want to get over skin trouble should make it a point to eat Fleishmann's yeast regularly 3 times each day, 1 cake before each meal, until the skin clears up entirely. Won't you get some Fleishmann's yeast tomorrow?
Rhythm is our business. Rhythm is what we sell, yes. Rhythm is our business. Business sure is swell. If you're feeling blue, rhythm's what you need, 'cause if you've got rhythm, you're sure to succeed. Rhythm is our business. Rhythm is what we sell. Let us show you samples from our rhythm store. Just a few examples of what you're looking for. We got old rhythm, new rhythm, but the very best kind of the blue rhythm. Rhythm is our business. Here's what we have to sell. First we have the rhythm of the saxophone. Next we have the trumpet and the slide trombone. The strings, bass, brass. Then the drummer shows us all his craft. We used to sell rhythm so very slow that we found that our profits were very low. So we signed the code of the NRA. We doubled our rhythm, doubled our profits, 3 cheers for the NRA. When the little blue eagle flew back to his nest, then we all of us wanted to take a nice rest. But we found that our business was losing its zest. So we doubled our rhythm, doubled our profits, and that's what you got to do. Rhythm is our business. Rhythm is what we sell. We are all just salesmen, but we work like well. If you'd like to feel like a brand new person, then listen to us and start rehearsing rhythm. Rhythm. Rhythm helps our business. Why don't you put some rhythm in yours?
Presenting now Leslie Howard and his little daughter, Miss Leslie Ruth Howard, who is 10 years old. Mr. Howard and his daughter were with us 6 weeks ago. I think it is safe to say that no single performance since our variety series began has occasioned the volume of letters and telegrams of appreciation that followed their appearance then. Tonight, for the benefit of those of you who may have missed the first time and those who have requested a second hearing, we repeat the same scene from Sir James M. Barrie's fantasy, Dear Brutus. Leslie Howard and Leslie Ruth Howard in The Enchanted Forest from Dear Brutus. Mr. Howard will introduce the scene himself. Mr. Howard.
Three things, they say, come not back to men or women: the spoken word, the past life, and the neglected opportunity. There is no second chance. Each road we take, each choice we make, is done, and done forever. But suppose you could turn back the clock. Suppose there were a land of the second chance, an enchanted forest of might have been, a timeless place where the things you should have done are real. A land of the second chance. Can you imagine what that would be like? Go a step further then in imagination, with Sir James Barrie and with me. Suppose I'm a man named Will Durst, an artist, a fashionable portrait painter. I'm in the middle years, and somewhere back in those years I took a wrong turning. I've become cynical in a rather shallow fashion, dissolute, not quite a drunkard. My work has no sincerity in it, and I know it. My wife hates me. I despise her. I have no children. And once back there, I did want a child. How different things might have been, I think, if I had had that child. I'm standing now before a door that leads from my house to the garden. I walk through the door. Suddenly I'm in a moonlit forest, a clearing drenched with moonlight. The house is gone, but I've forgotten there was a house. I'm sitting before an easel painting, and standing beside me in the moonlight is a little girl, I don't know now in the forest that this is my daughter that might have been. I only know this is my daughter.
The moon is rather pale tonight, isn't she?
It comes of keeping late hours.
I can't sleep when the moon's at the full. She keeps calling to me to get up. Perhaps I'm her daughter, too.
You look it tonight, you know.
Do I? And can't you paint me into the picture as well as my mother? You could call it a mother and daughter. Or simply two ladies. If the moon thinks that calling me her daughter would make her seem too old.
Oh, matre pulchra, filia pulchrior. That means, oh moon, more beautiful than any tuppenny-halfpenny daughter.
Daddy, do you really prefer her?
She's not a patch on you. It's just the sort of thing we have to say to our sitters to keep them in a good humor. Margaret, what's this?
It's a tear.
I should think it is a tear.
That boy at the farm did it. He kept calling snubs after me. But I got him down and kicked him in the stomach. He's rather a jolly boy.
Yeah, he sounds it. Gee, God, what a night.
And what a moon. Dad, she's not quite so fine as we've painted her.
I've touched her up.
It's too lovely, Daddy. I won't be able to keep hold of it.
What is?
The world, everything. And you, Daddy, most of all. Things that are too beautiful can't last.
Now, how on earth did you find that out?
I don't know. Daddy, am I sometimes stranger than other people's daughters?
Well, more of a madcap, perhaps.
Do you think I'm sometimes too full of gladness?
Well, my darling, you do sometimes run over with it.
To be very gay, dearest dear, is so near to being very sad.
How did you find that out, child?
I don't know. From something in me that's afraid. Daddy, what is a might have been?
A might have been? They're ghosts, Margaret. I dare say I might have been a great swell of a painter instead of this uncommonly happy nobody. Or again, I might have been just a worthless, idle waster of a fellow.
You?
Well, who knows? Some little kink in me might have set me off on the wrong road. And that poor soul I might so easily have been might have had no Margaret. My word, I'm sorry for him.
So am I. Poor old Daddy wandering about the world without me.
Yes, and there are other might-have-beens. Lovely ones, but intangible. Shades, Margaret, made of sad folks' thoughts.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm not a shade. How awful it would be, Daddy, to wake up and find one wasn't alive.
Yes, wouldn't it be, eh?
Daddy, wouldn't it be awful? I think men need daughters.
Yes, oh, they do, yes.
Especially artists.
Oh, especially artists.
Especially artists.
Yeah, especially artists.
Fame is not everything.
Fame is rot. Daughters are the thing.
Daughters are the thing.
Daughters are the thing.
I wonder if sons would be even nicer.
No, not a patch on daughters. You see, the awful thing about a son is that never, at least from the day he goes to school, can you tell him that you rather like him. By the time he's 10, you can't even take him on your knees. No, sons are not worth having, Margaret. Signed, W. Dirt.
But if you were a mother, Dad, I dare say he would let you do it.
You think so?
I mean, when no one was looking.
Oh.
Sons are not so bad. Signed, M. Dirt. But I'm glad you prefer daughters. At what age are we nicest, Daddy?
Well, now, that's a poser. I think you were nicest when you were 2 and knew your alphabet up to G, but fell over at H. No. I think you were best when you were 3:30, or just before you struck 6. Or possibly in the mumps year, when I asked you in the early morning how you were, and you said solemnly, I haven't tried yet.
Did I?
Yes, such was your answer. But I'm not sure that chickenpox doesn't beat the lout. Oh, no, I'm all wrong. The nicest time in a father's life is the year before she puts up her hair.
I suppose that is a splendid time. But there's a nicer year coming for you. Daddy, there is a nicer year coming for you.
Is there, darling?
Daddy, the year she does put up her hair.
Puts it up forever? You know, I'm afraid that when the day for that comes, I shan't be able to stand it. It'll be too exciting. My poor heart, Margaret.
No, it'll be lucky you. For it isn't to be a bit like that. I'm going to be a girl one day and a woman the next for the first year. You'll never know which I am till you look at my hair. And even then you won't know, for if it's down, I shall put it up. And if it's up, I shall put it down. And so my daddy will gradually get used to the idea.
I see. You've been thinking it out.
I've been doing more than that.
Oh, yes.
Shut your eyes, Dad, and I shall give you a glimpse into the future.
No, I don't know that I want that. The present is so good.
Shut your eyes, please.
No, Margaret.
Please, Daddy.
No. All right, they're shut.
Don't open them till I tell you. What finger am I holding up?
The dirty one.
Daddy! Now I'm putting up my hair. I've got such a darling of a mirror. It's such a darling mirror I've got, Dad. Dad, don't look. I shall tell you about it. It's a little pool of water. I wish we could take it home and hang it up. Of course, the moment my hair is up, there will be other changes also. For instance, I shall talk quite differently.
Well, where are my matches, dear?
Top pocket waistcoat.
You were meaning to frighten me just now.
No, I'm just preparing it. You see, darling, I can't call you Dad when my hair is up. I think I shall call you Parent.
What?
Parent, dear, do you remember the days when your Margaret was a snip of a girl and sat on your knee? How foolish we were, Parent, in those distant days.
Oh, shut up, Margaret.
Now I must be more distant to you, more like a boy who could not sit on your knee anymore.
Now, look here. I want to go on painting. Can I look now?
I'm not quite sure that I want you to. Makes such a difference. Perhaps you won't know me. Even the pool is looking a little scared. Now look. Well, what do you think? Will I do?
Stand still, dear, and let me look my fill. The Margaret that is to be.
You see me often enough, Daddy, like this. You don't need to look your fill. You are looking as long as if this were to be the only time.
Was I? Oh, surely it isn't to be that.
Be gay, Dad. You'll be sick of Margaret with her hair up before you're done with her.
Yes, I expect so.
Shut up, Daddy. Daddy, I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking of what a handful she's going to be.
Well, I guess she is.
You think I'm pretty, don't you, Dad? Whatever other people say.
No, not so bad.
I know I have nice ears.
No, they're all right now, but I had to work on them for months.
You don't mean to say you did my ears?
Yes, rather.
Well, my dimple's my own.
I'm glad you think so. I wore out the point of my little finger over that dimple.
Even my dimple? How about anything that was really mine? A bit of my nose or anything?
Well, when you were a babe, you had a laugh that was all your own.
Haven't I it now?
No, it's gone. I'll tell you how it went. You see, we were fishing in a stream. That's to say, I was wading, and you were sitting on my shoulders holding the rod. We didn't catch anything. Somehow or other, I can't think how I did it. You irritated me, and I answered you sharply.
I can't believe that.
No, it sounds extraordinary, but I did. And gave you a shock. And for the moment, the world no longer seemed a safe place to you. Your faith in me had always made it safe until then. You were suddenly not even sure of your bread and butter. And a frightened tear came into your eyes. Well, I was in a nice state about it, I can tell you.
Silly. But what had that to do with my laugh, Daddy?
Well, you see, the laugh that children are born with lasts just so long as they have perfect faith. And to think that it was I who robbed you of yours.
Oh, how you do love me, Dadless.
Yes, I do rather. You know, I never intend to lose you.
It would be hard for me if you lost me, but it'd be worse for you. I don't know how I know that, but I do know it. What would you do without me, Daddy?
No, don't talk like that, dear. It's wicked, it's stupid, naughty.
Daddy, listen. It's going to rain.
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
It frightens me, Daddy. Let's get out of the woods.
Well, I'm afraid we won't have time, dear, before it begins to... Hello. I hadn't noticed there was a house over there. Look.
Daddy, I feel sure there wasn't a house over there.
Oh, silly. It's just because we didn't look. Our old way of letting the world go hang, so interested in ourselves. You know, it's funny. There's something vaguely familiar about that house.
Let's get out of the woods.
Yes, dear, yes. But there's somebody I have to see in that house. I'll just go in for a moment.
I'll go with you, Daddy.
No, you better not, Margaret. They might not care for children.
Don't go into that house, Daddy. I don't know why it is, but I'm afraid of that house.
No, nonsense. There's a kiss for each moment till I come back. I shall be back before you can count 100.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Daddy! Don't go into that house. Please, Daddy. Daddy, come back. I don't want to be a might have been.
Theater in Radio City under the direction of Rudy Vallee. Rudy presents Sigmund Space, Vicky Chase, Leslie Howard, Leslie Ruth Howard, Tom Howard and George Shelton, Henry Armetta, and the conqueror of Carnera on Tuesday last, the leading contender for the heavyweight championship of the world, Joe Louis.
course, that some would feel that Cole Porter's Miss Otis Regrets would require a sequel. It was not long in forthcoming, but peculiarly enough, it is written in England and is called A Gentleman Obviously Doesn't Believe in Love. The gentleman obviously doesn't believe in making love. He shrinks if you mention a bench in the park for two. It's hard to conceive that he doesn't believe in stealing a kiss like me and you and you. The gentleman obviously doesn't believe in alcohol. Whenever he lunches, rum punches are all taboo. It seems he's not cursed with that heavenly thirst for bottled delight, like me and you and you. He's never been known to gamble. He doesn't take weekend trips. In Lover's Lane he won't ramble, and a cigarette has never caressed his lips. He frowns on the latest dances, says jazz is his favorite bore. He doesn't seek life's romances, so I wonder what on earth he is living for. The gentleman obviously doesn't believe in moonlight walks. Alone with a girl and he'd faint. Yes, that's just what he'd do. He's one of those gems who just hasn't the sense to thrill to a kiss, like me and you and you. Dr. Sigmund Spaeth, the tune detective, music critic of Esquire, the genial sleuth who catches all the Tin Pan Alley melody snatchers with their cadenzas down. Tonight he will analyze Broadway Lullaby for you, tracing its various musical phrases back to their original owners. Dr. Spaeth will be assisted by Miss Vicky Chase, who plays the singing Dr. Watson to his Sherlock Holmes at the piano. Sigmund Spaeth and Vicky Chase.
Just a minute, Miss Chase. Just a minute. Let's take a good look at that song before we rashly plunge ahead.
Don't tell me you found a clue, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, several, Miss Watson. To begin with, the real basis of that lullaby of Broadway is the barcarolle from the Tales of Hoffmann. Lovely night, oh night of love, da-da-da-da-da-da. Good night, baby.
Why, of course.
And a bit of moonlight and roses. Good night, baby.
Why, that was a good tune, too.
With a little of my hero. And perhaps Moskovsky's Serenade. And all the other lullabies of the world ending with I've got rhythm, could you ask for anything more?
Well, the first part?
Same old barcarolle jazzed up. And a suggestion of sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm blue. All going back to such old tunes as It Ain't Gonna Rain No More and Three Blind Mice.
Why, that ought to make a wonderful combination.
Well, try it and see if you can get in all the words with your own vocal tricks at it.
A lovely night, oh night of love, barcarolle of Broadway. A lullaby has plenty of barcarolle of Broadway. I know Moskovsky's Serenade, it rattles on in black eyes. Come on, my hero, let's parade to any simple right time. When the Broadway babies act times they're blue. And if they have to work like Hades, what's that to you? Moonlight on roses. Good night. Could you ask for anything more? Sleep tight, my baby, my baby. With sweet light, my hey, come along and listen to the barcarolle of Broadway. Sometimes I'm happy too, the lullaby of Broadway. But oh, my darling, can't you hear the older tunes repeated? You drag 'em in from far and near. Not only can you feel it, oh, it ain't gonna rain no more, no more. It ain't gonna rain today. Jamaica pool come cold the star. It's just his way. Moonlight and roses. Good night. Could you ask for anything more? I got rhythm, I got music, I got everything. Let's call it a day.
Paramount's second film version of the big broadcast will not be publicly released until the end of August. As a means of experiment more than anything else, a few of us will be permitted to broadcast some of the songs from that picture. Mr. Crosby has never had a more lovely or tuneful vehicle than this one, which comes from the pen of the New Jersey boy whose marriage seems to have inspired him to write a long series of hits, Ralph Ranger, who with Dorothy Parker for his poetess gave Bing I Wish on the Moon. Every night was long and gloomy, shadows gathered in the air. No one ever listened to me, no one wondered did I care. None in all the world who loved me, none to count the stars that hung. Then the moon came out above me, and I saw that it was young. I wished on the moon for something I never knew. Wished on the moon for more than I ever knew. A sweeter rose, a softer sky, an April day that would not dance away. I begged of a star to throw me a beam or two. Wished on a star and asked for a dream or two. I looked for every loveliness, it all came true. I wished on the moon for you. I wished on the moon that would not dance away. I begged of a star to throw me a beam or two, wished on a star and asked for a dream or
you to listen to Dr. R.E. Lee, Director of Fleishmann Health Research, who has a message of special importance to young people. Dr. Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Wallington. A good complexion is not only a very important social and business asset, but is in itself a sign of good health, good digestion, freedom from poisons in the system, and high resistance. Very special attention should be given to the skin between the ages of 13 and 25. This is the period when the skin is most likely to break out, and this is the period to lay the foundation for a good complexion. For those young people whose skins are not what they should be, let me suggest that they add Fleischmann's yeast to their diets. Try a cake dissolved in water before each meal, and if you miss one cake, take it at night before going to bed. The regular use of this food tones up the whole system naturally, rids the body of poison, and keeps you feeling and looking your best. Thank you.
We had a very difficult time persuading Joe Lewis that he ought to make an appearance here tonight. He is one of the most modest, shy, and retiring young men I have ever met. Mr. Vallee says, I'm scared. I'd rather fight Mr. Canary again than talk to all those people. However, we've persuaded him to answer a few questions about himself. This is his first public appearance since Tuesday night. The Brown Bomber, Joe Lewis. Joe, I think perhaps our audience would like to know more about your early background. Let's begin at the beginning. Where were you born?
In Lafayette, Alabama, Mr. Vallee. That's near the capital in Montgomery.
Your people were quite poor, weren't they?
Very poor, Mr. Vallee. My father worked in the cotton field. He died when I was 2 years old.
Did you have any brothers or...
Yes, 3 brothers and 4 sisters.
So your mother was left alone with 8 children to support?
Yes, sir. We had a pretty hard time in Alabama. After a little while, we moved to Detroit.
What was your first job, Joe?
I worked on an ice wagon after school when I was 12 years old.
And I guess that's where you got those shoulder muscles. When did you leave school?
I was 14. I left grammar school and went to a trade school to learn cabinet making.
How did you happen to start boxing?
A friend of mine in trade school gave me boxing lessons, then I went into an amateur tournament.
How many fights have you had since then?
72, Mr. Vallee.
Did you win them all?
No, sir. When I was an amateur, I lost 4 out of 54.
How many knockouts have you scored?
62 out of 77.
Well, that's an amazing record. Do you think you'll win the championship?
Yes, sir. I certainly do.
Something tells me that you're right. I hear you go to church every Sunday and read the Bible every day. Is that right?
Yes, sir, I do.
What are your plans now?
I want another fight. I want to be champion as soon as I can.
We'll consider that a formal challenge to Messrs. Bear, Schmeling, and Braddock. What would you like to do right now?
I'd like to go somewhere else and stop my knee from rattling together.
Okay, Joe, our congratulations. We think you're a man your people can be proud of. We extend our best wishes for your future.
Thank you, Mr. Vallee.
Majesty, the baby. 5 o'clock, the afternoon is gone. The house is quiet, all the shades are drawn. They're walking on tiptoe because they seem to know he's not to be disturbed. Not a single word. Hush, be quiet, or you'll start a riot. He's smiling in his sleep. Go on and take a peep at His Majesty, the baby. See, he's waking. Oh, what plans he's making. You may announce him now. Let everybody bow to His Majesty, the baby. The ladies standing waiting. Here comes the king, make way. They all stand there debating. What will His Highness say? Look, he knows me. What a smile he shows me. We live at His command and kiss the gentle hand of His Majesty, the baby. George Shelton, a talking act. No singing.
I feel all right. I suppose there's no arguments now.
Wait a minute. I'm supposed to say that. What are you doing there, huh? What, are you stealing my thunder? Are you trying to get in the limelight?
Who wants to steal your thunder?
Huh?
Who wants to steal your
thunder?
Where
were you yesterday? I was looking for you today.
Well,
you wasn't around. I didn't see you, huh?
I spent the day at the racetrack.
You spent the day? Is that all you spent? That you all? What? Did you win? I bet you lost.
No, I won.
You won, George?
I'm pretty good at picking horses.
Wait a minute. You don't pick a horse, George. You pick a banjo. What do you mean you pick a horse? You pick a fight, you can pick a chicken, you can't pick a horse. What kind of a horse did you choose?
Oh,
choose, you mean? You didn't pick
select.
Choose. Yeah.
Well, I picked, he was a mudder.
A what?
A mudder.
Oh, yeah, no good, George. You ought to pick a young horse, George, a young horse.
What do you mean?
Some old horses is no
Who
good.
said anything about an old horse?
You said your mudder?
Yes, but this mudder was a young horse.
Oh, he's married young, huh? Maybe he ran away.
No, Tom, a mudder is a... I'm talking about a mudder, a mud horse.
A mud horse?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I never heard tell of a mud. I seen a wooden horse, George.
No.
You mean to say you bet on a mud horse?
Yes, a mud horse is a horse that likes to run in the mud.
Oh, he likes to run. Why does he like to run in the mud, George?
He just seems to like that.
Oh, then when he runs, they spread mud all over the track?
No, they don't. They do not spread mud on the track.
What does the horse do then? Bring his own mud? Is that it?
No.
Well, what's the
you
idea?
see when it rains, like it did tonight. Now, tomorrow the tracks will be muddy.
Oh.
And the horse likes to run in the mud.
Then you can't bet on him if it's a clear day, huh?
Oh, yes, he can run.
You gotta wait till it rains?
No, he can run in good weather, but he prefers mud.
Oh, yeah?
You see, some horses can't run in the mud.
Oh, some horses. What kind of horses are they? I guess they're just fair weather friends. Did you get that one, George, huh?
Yeah.
That fit in nicely, George. Say, you know a lot about horses, didn't you?
Yeah, I do.
What do they eat, George?
Well, they eat fodder.
They, what?
Fodder.
They do? Geez, George, that's kind of tough on the fodders, ain't it, George?
What do you mean it's tough on the fodder?
You mean a horse eats his own fodder?
Certainly he eats his own fodder.
Yeah, I can't believe that, George. I thought a horse had more respect than that, George.
Wait for a minute. You wouldn't expect him to eat some other horse's fodder.
What? No, I wouldn't expect. You mean, George, that every horse must eat his own fodder, George?
Certainly.
Say, George, where do they get all the fodders from, man? That's what I want to know, huh? That's going to be tough. That ain't going to last long. Why, that's the reason we don't see so many horses on the street now.
Wait for a minute, Tom.
Where do they get all this fodder from, George?
Well, they get the fodder from the farmers. The farmer raises the fodder.
To be ate by the mudder, huh? the mudder eats the fodder. Is that
No,
it?
any horse eats the fodder.
Any horse? Whose fodder, George?
No, listen. Do you know what fodder is?
Sure, the male parent of the horse.
The male parent of the horse. Fodder is food.
Yeah?
Oats is fodder. Hay.
Hay? Yeah, what are you hollering at? What do you mean hay is fodder?
Hay is
Both
fodder.
can't be fodder.
Hay is fodder.
Hay is fodder, huh?
Yeah.
Whose fodder?
Anybody's fodder that wants to buy it.
Oh, no, it can't be my fodder, George.
No?
Haven't got a fodder, and if I did, I wouldn't sell him.
Tell him. What are you talking about him? Him is no fodder.
Him is no fodder? What, you never saw a she fodder, did you, George?
Oh, she fodder.
You don't mean to say you ever saw a female fodder? What are you talking about, George?
Tom, fodder is not a person. It's a food, as I said before. Hay is fodder. Oats is fodder.
Yeah, but the both can be fodder.
Anything a horse eats is fodder.
Yeah, anything is an apple fodder?
To a horse, yes.
Oh, he don't know any difference, huh?
No, you see. Tom, fodder is a term for horse food.
Oh.
Food is fodder.
I know what it is, George.
What?
Father, dear father, come
Look
home.
out, look out. Here comes Rudy. Here comes
What's
Rudy.
the matter?
Just a minute, Tom. What did I tell you about singing? You remember what happened here before?
Yeah, but you haven't got any fiddles with you now, have
And
you?
I've got a cello and a big string bass.
Yeah?
Go ahead and sing, Tom.
Oh, father.
All right, listen.
Huh?
Listen. This can't go on indefinite. If you must sing, let's do it right.
That's an idea.
Let's all sing together.
You want to take a chance with
I'll
him?
take a chance.
Well, you mean a quartet? That would be a good idea.
No, you've got that four for quartet. There's only three of us.
Well, maybe we could get Dr. R.E. Lee or somebody.
No.
Huh?
No, I don't think so. The doctor is busy, and I don't think he'd care to join us.
Well, say, how about Jimmy Wallington?
Oh, he's not vocally inclined.
Is he?
We'll have to start advertising. Well, anyway, let's try him. Jimmy. Jimmy, come over here.
He parked his hair
We're
in the
forming
middle.
a quartet. Would you like to help us out?
Well, I'll do my best.
That won't be good enough.
Lay off the white man. Now, listen. We'll call it the Down Home Quartet. I'll announce it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Down Home Quartet will now sing Father, Dear Father. Give us the chord, pal. Listen. Oh, Father, dear Father, come home with me now. The clock in the steeple strikes one. What happened?
What happened there?
I had to shoot Wallington.
Yeah?
He said the clock in the steeple strikes 2, and he should have said strikes 1.
Maybe he's on daylight saving time.
I don't know. He was sour anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Down Home Trio will now sing Father, Dear Father. Chord, please. Oh, Father, dear Father, come home with me now. The clock in the steeple strikes 1.
Hold it.
Stop! Now what? Now what?
Rudy, I had to shoot Sheldon. He was not only sour, he was fermenting. You know that?
Well, we can't disappoint our public. Ladies and gentlemen, the Down Home Duo will now sing Father, Dear Father. Chord. Oh, Father, dear Father, come home with me now.
That's good. In the steeple strikes 1. Use my gun, Rudy.
All right. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Owing to a prearranged and an accident, the Down Home Duo will be unable to appear tonight. London Bridge.
Over half of our young people are subject to a very common trouble. As they grow and develop, their whole system is upset. The skin especially is apt to break out. This embarrassment can make a boy or girl sensitive and self-conscious, sometimes for life. And unless the skin troubles themselves are treated promptly, they can leave the face with permanent scars. You see, at this time of life, the whole system is upset. Poisons are thrown into the blood and irritate the skin. The skin breaks out. Now, for years, physicians have prescribed Fleishmann's yeast specifically for this condition. It clears the blood of the poisons that cause so much skin trouble. And it directly improves the skin, too. It has a healing effect that helps the skin to clear itself without leaving scars. Fleishmann's yeast should be eaten regularly, 3 times a day, 1 cake before each meal, until the skin entirely clears up. Won't you get some Fleishmann's yeast tomorrow?
Although her father has had to hurry off to keep his daily appointment with the petrified forest curtain, Miss Leslie Ruth Howard is still in the wings, and I'm sure all of you would like to meet our charming little leading lady in person. So I've asked her to take a curtain call before the show ends. Her father's given his permission for her to stay, and here she is. Tell me, Leslie, of course you're going to be an actress when you grow up.
Well, I'd rather not be.
Really? Why's that?
I don't think I'd like the life.
You don't, eh? Well, if you don't want to be an actress, what would you rather be?
Well, I'd rather be a lady vet.
A what?
A vet, you know, an animal doctor.
That's a curious ambition. Why do you want to be a lady vet?
I like the country life. I like looking after animals. I've got lots in England. Horses and dogs and cats and birds and rabbits. Especially horses and dogs.
You're quite a horsewoman, I understand.
Well, I've ridden since I was 4, and I'm 10 and a half now.
That makes it 6.5 years. Quite a record. You've evidently inherited your love of horses from your father.
Oh, yes. He's mad about horses. He'd much rather be on a horse than on a stage.
But is he as good on a horse as he is on the stage?
Oh, much better.
Indeed.
But you can't compare the two, can you?
Oh, hardly.
I mean, there's nothing like a horse, is there?
Not a thing in the world.
That's why I want to be a lady vet.
Well, I don't blame you. But I'm sorry we're going to lose you altogether as an actress.
Oh, I might do it just for a hobby.
Like stamp collecting.
That's it. Anyway, I've got to go to school for about 8 years or more, I'm sorry to say. After that,
you may have changed your mind. Well, goodbye, Leslie. See you in about 8 years or so.
Goodbye, Mr. Vallee, and thanks.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.